In other news, this with respect to what has been one of the main concerns for those living in Bangalore. It's been an issue that has been raised time and again. Toxic frothing lakes with April showers coupled with ongoing construction. These two biggest lakes, Bengaluru and Froth Lake, are spewing toxic foam yet again. The residents once again left helpless, blaming poor planning, zero implementation of civil work that has led to a recurrence of this frothing. Our correspondent Srija getting us further input. Srija, this of course happening at a time where you have the state of Karnataka already election bound with elections round the corner in the month of May. And there have been several crores which has already been allocated as state budget to clean up this act as far as frothing lakes is concerned. And there's nothing that the government has done so far.
Well, absolutely, as you rightly pointed out by saying this is a complete irony as far as the government is concerned. Now, remember, in just another couple of more days or weeks to go for this particular outgoing government, and it has only been tall claims and just empty promises, because we have even seen just last year during the month of February how National Green Tribunal had dragged the Karnataka government and the civic bodies and the custodian of the lake, the BDA, for not in fact carrying out their responsibility, their duties to clean up this particular water body. And now what the present situation that you're seeing is just in the last couple of days, Bengaluru has seen a short spell of rain, and that is what you're seeing on your screen, that there is so much of frothing that is happening. And of course, that is a clear indication and a testimony to the fact that the Karnataka government has really not done anything on ground. They haven't really gone to the grassroots level to make sure that, or to arrest the froth, because the main problem, the root cause of the problem over here is especially the apartments that are letting sewage into this particular water body. First thing. The second point to be noted over here is the industries which continue to, in fact, let the effluents into the water bodies. Now, if they had stopped completely, we wouldn't be seeing, even till today, even after the NGT, National Green Tribunal, took suo we wouldn't be seeing the frothing even till today.
Yes, stay on with us, Srija. We're going to be getting in various political voices here, those from the ruling Congress, the opposition, the BJP as well. I believe we have a representative of the party, a BJP leader with us over the phone line. Mr. Anil, thank you for being with us here. In your view, do you feel that this is entirely the failing of the state government? Because as we stated earlier, even with the Congress in power in the past 5 years, now being an outgoing government, has allocated several hundred crores for this project. The Chief Minister, Siddaramaiah himself, has been on ground in what many would think has only been optics playing out in helping cleaning up the lakes, but nothing has happened on ground.
Yeah, in fact, I remember last 3-4 months coming on your channel when the entire burning issue was happening. I think after that, this government actually has done nothing after that. They just managed, just made sure that, couple of days it is all right. And then they keep the representative of government and Congress keeps saying that they have released some 700, 800 crores and all. But nothing, no, not even a single change which has happened, in and around the lake. It's just, they push the time, and then they've done not only this lake. You take any lake across Bangalore, to be for any Bangalorean, it's very proud that
That's right. But Mr. Anil, what is it? What is different that the BJP is going to do if it comes to power? This menace of frothing lakes is not just a 5-year-old issue. It has been even when the BJP was in power in the previous term. What do you think is going to change? What can be the drastic step that the BJP can do if it comes to power? Are you really going to be forcing the industries to shut down? Because that is the crux of the problem here.
I think that is something which, if I keep my party aside, even as a citizen, it is very important that, the lakes of Bangalore have to be in a good condition. Bangalore is going to face a major drinking water. So even my party, when we come in power, we have done it in the past also. There are multiple lakes within Bangalore, be it Kommagatta Kere in Kengeri or, Kaikondalli Kere. There are few examples which we have set, I think, but that's not enough. Bangalore is a very highly populated area, and they're going to face drinking water. So
absolutely, that's not enough. And the sense is, Mr. Anil Chelagiri, if we speak to residents, nearby residents who are worst affected, the sense is that no political party is really serious about this, because it means reining in the industries, having perhaps a process in place where they can release their waste, and there's no political party which is really serious about this. Nothing has worked on ground so far.
No, I think, as I said, this is something which Bangalore, anybody for that matter, has to look at, the regenerating lakes on our top priority. The next government which we are going to come, we will do that as a top priority without any doubt.
Okay, that of course being an assurance, and one also perhaps very clearly can read this as an election promise as well, with the BJP aiming at a government in Karnataka next. Many thanks for speaking with us. We're going to be getting in more political voices, but very quickly going across to our correspondent Srija. Facts on the ground here, Srija, on what has been promised so far. It's not just the current Congress government. This has been a decades-old issue. Promises were made even by the previous BJP government, which really didn't work on ground.
Well, that's right, because several governments have come and gone by now. What we are seeing at this point in time is the Congress government clearly had 5 years, but clearly we see that nothing was done on ground. We did, of course, see how after National Green Tribunal, in fact, they had constituted this particular expert committee. The expert committee had come up with a very concrete report which spoke about the short-term and the long-term measures. The short-term measure being the de-weeding process, and the long-term measure being installation of the STPs. Of course, we do understand that we are getting to know from the activists as well as from the IISc professor by saying that the STP can be installed only in the year 2020. But what about the short-term measures that we are looking at? Of course, they are clearly not working from the grassroots level, like we pointed out by saying that if really they have to arrest the froth as far as both the lakes are concerned, be it the Bengaluru or for that matter Varthur Lake, we understand that they will have to in fact make sure the industries operating within 5-kilometer radius of both Bengaluru and Varthur Lake is not polluting. Now, how exactly are they making sure of that? We see that the Pollution Control Board did, of course, issue notices to at least 95 industries, and they also, in fact, some of them were even shut down. But even today, we can see they have already opened their shutters and their operations are on. Now, the reason, according to the Pollution Control Board, that they're giving us is that right now they are complying with all such orders given by the National Green Tribunal. Well, if that is the case, why is that every time there is a short spell of rain, you see there is so much of froth, and we understand that it is the citizens who are bearing the brunt?
That's right. And talking about nearby residents there, it seems that, of course, all has not been complied with as far as the instructions of the NGT here are concerned. But what about nearby residents? It's also, one would look at the responsibility of each respective society which has been constructed there nearby the lake, also to get their sewage plant running as far as not releasing sewage waste directly into these lakes is concerned. So have there been also corrective measures that have been made by these residential complexes?
Well, speaking to some of the residents, including some of the activists who have formed groups, what they tell us is that they have given up on the government. They have lost confidence because, remember, how much can they wait is the question that they're asking, because we are also looking at the kind of money that has been pumped into these projects to clean up, especially both the water bodies, be it the Varthur Lake or Bengaluru Lake for that matter. We are looking at over 50 crore rupees. Now, where really exactly that money has gone is the question that the citizens are asking, because remember, we're talking about the tax-paying citizens over here. Of course, there has been no accountability as far as the money is concerned, and only because of which we are right now at this point in time seeing that citizens are coming out in the open. They are trying to clean up the lake, but of course, it is a Herculean task because we are looking at over 800-acre lake. So it is no joke, because you remember we are also talking about the facts, various facts, like how 15,000
Srija, many thanks for those inputs. I'm afraid we'll have to leave it at that.